Welcome, all you beautiful souls, to Cancer season, and a special happy birthday to all you Cancer sign sun babies out there. There's a special bonus reading for you at the end of the video. For everyone else, we are going to be doing a pick a card reading when you're going to have a choice of 4 different cards here. The first one will be the actual Cancer sign. And because that is ruled by the moon, we have the moon option for number 2. And the Cancer sign, of course, is a water sign. So you have a choice number 3 is the water. And lastly, number 4 is the 4th house, because that is where the Cancer sign also rules over with the moon. And so that'll be option number 4. So you have a choice of any of these. You can choose as many as you want. Timestamps for everything is listed in the description box below, and we're going to go ahead and jump in. Starting with number 1, I did want to let you know these beautiful cards are from this deck called Heavenly Bodies Astrology by Lily Ashwell, and I will have that linked in the description box below too if you're interested in that. All right, well, we're jumping into number 1 right now. If you chose reading number 1, which is the Cancer sign itself, then this is the reading for you. And the Cancer energy for the Cancer sign really is about emotion and feeling the emotion. And that can be anywhere from the lower vibration of emotion to the higher vibration of emotion. It very much has the mother energy feel around it, and which includes, of course, the nurturing side of the mother, father of all things. And it's interesting also, there's this interest in ancestry around the Cancer signs, and they are called, it's one of the, there's like 2 signs that are the 7th generation sign, which means that they're concerned about their actions and how it will impact 7 generations to come. So there is that, very much impact that it's looking at for going forward. So we're going to start in here. We're going to pull a card from the Path of the Soul cards here. And that is just going to be the overall energy for this Cancer season, which runs from June 21st up to July 21st. And one more time here. All right, let's see. What do you want those that chose reading number 1 to know? Just general energy for their Cancer season there. They do want that card right there. And that's card number 16, beautiful cards. And we will see what this card means. I always call these like the spiritual ink blot test because they're fractal imaging, and Cheryl Lee Harnish, the author of these, just plugs things like formulas into a system and it generates the images. So whatever you see in there is what also applies. And let's see what interpretation she had here. So this is actually healing with intention. And when this card appears, it is because you have been asking for assistance. Divine healing energy travels in spirals, and that is what this card represents. Are you a healer who is questioning your abilities? Then this card is here to tell you that you are a gifted healer and you're on the right path. Set your intentions to understand and use your gifts to their fullest capacity. Trust this gift that you've been given. If you have health concerns, be assured the healing process has begun. Set your intentions clearly on allowing your body to receive the healing you seek. The energy of health and restoration surrounds you. Trust the process. Beautiful. I love that for you. Very much nurturing energy, right? Both for yourself and for others. Then we are going to pull here. These are the Syrian Starseed Tarot. And we're just going to see what else they want you to know about the general energies for this month. Obviously, there's this healing, nurturing energy, which is very Cancerian. So, all right. Actually, we'll do these. These are even big for my big hands. So let's take a look here and see what else for those that chose reading number 1, please. Okay, I actually went to this one right there. And you have the Master of Crystals, this would be the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is an amazing card for you here with the healing. And really, when we talked about that the Cancer sign has an interest in the ancestral, like the lineage, and also like the impact for generations to come. The King of Pentacles will normally have like the tree of life on it, which also represents for me like the family tree. And so this healing that's coming in here can be also the healing of ancestral lines. It can be things that have been passed down from generation to generation, emotionally, physically, mentally, all that kind of stuff. The healing that can come from this is that you are that individual that can help break those ancestral chains, those patterns that are continually passed down, and you're the one to stop it. And with you actually reaching out and doing this for yourself, it actually also allows you to help others do that in their own family lines as well. So I love this healing energy that's coming in with all of this. We're also going to pull from these. These are the Tarot of the Magical Forest. And we're just going to see what else they want you to know about this energy, this healing for this Cancer season. Right, what else do you want those that chose reading number 1 to know? Actually, they do want this one right here. Those right there, that one right there. Very interesting how they're choosing the cards, but we go with the flow with Spirit. And you've got the 10 of Chalices, which is the 10 of Cups. And this is all about emotional fulfillment, overflowing, I kind of feel though, normally this is like I said, it's a very bright card with, the sun arising here, which the sun in the tarot is like one of the most glorious, successful, rewarding cards. And I really feel like this is an ending to old ways of feeling. And, with this healing that's coming in, with this ending of those ancestral cycles, I feel like this is like, yes, and it's not only impacts you, but impacts generations to come, which is what this was all about, right? And then you have the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Chalices. And you can see here that he holds in his little hand there the Ace of Cups. And all knights, of course, have a quest. And what does the Knight of Cups look after? It is actually the Ace of Cups, which is the chalice. It's the Holy Grail. And, out of all the knights, the quest, the most popular one is known as the quest for the Holy Grail. But what's in that Holy Grail is the living waters. It is the essence of the unconditional love of the creator of all things, of source, of all that spiritual realm from whence we come. That is what we hunger and thirst for. That is what brings us the wholeness and completeness, which makes sense here with the ending and the new beginning, the ending of old emotional ways, the beginning of new emotional ways, with that Ace of Cups coming in here. And I really feel with this glorious celebration here that you do connect with that, and you are understanding what that impacts in your life with your from an emotional point of view, definitely. And then you have, this will be the Death card. So you've got death and rebirth, endings and new beginnings coming in here. And, it's like the Death card also, it's funny, you have a skull here too with the crystals. And so very much this ancestor feel to it, right? The bones of the ancestors and everything that you have gleaned from them. And I love the awareness, though, around death and rebirth, because when we were talking about the impact for generations to come, what we decide, what we do, does go and continue on, even energetically. If you don't have children of your own, your energy still impacts and is passed down with the generations to come, especially if you're interacting with your nieces and nephews and cousins and everything else. All that gets passed down the family tree. So even though one branch of the tree may not have a bunch of fruit on it, it still gathers, it's like its leaves still gather nutrition from the sun and passes it into the rest of the tree. It also can catch disease and carry that into the tree as well. So there is this, I want to say like responsibility, because that feels very heavy, but there is this opportunity for you to become aware of your impact on others, including, if you look at an orchard, if you have an orchard full of family trees, your tree can also impact other family trees as well, like we talked about with the health that you do. The bees go from tree to tree to cross-pollinate too. So there is this impact that we have both on our own branch, our own family tree, and the orchard of family trees that exist around us. So I love this empowerment that comes in knowing that you matter and that everything that you do does impact the world in one way or another. And then you have the Five of Pentacles. So this is about this feeling of abandonment, that you're out here in the winter. And of course, with winter solstice starting up in the southern hemisphere, this card is very fitting for the solstice messages. But the Pentacles are about your understanding of your worth, of understanding of where your sustenance comes from. And the fives are very much about this transformation of your perspective on looking at things, because 5 is the number of change. And you can see here that there's this stained glass window behind her. And so it starts off, the story kind of starts off just with this. They're not aware of that. So this feelings of abandonment, that mankind, and maybe your ancestors, maybe your family, you felt abandoned by it. And now you're having this awareness that's coming to the forefront for you, because what happens is you realize you're standing outside this building that is full of abundance on the other side. That's where your sustenance really comes from. It's just becoming aware of it that transforms it, because when we realize that it's not mankind and humans that actually bring us our sustenance, but that it's the creator of all things that brings us, the universe, source. They are an endless resources, and the motivation on why they bring us our sustenance is because they love us unconditionally, which that unconditional is such a huge important piece of this, because we realize there's nothing that we can do to gain more favor in the sight of the creator, because they already love us unconditionally. But there's also no conditions to lose that love. And so we realize, and this transformation happens, that you are worthy to receive your sustenance and needs for today. You may not receive all your sustenance for every other day, because you'll get that tomorrow. It's like little kids when they go to school and they have lunch money for lunch that day, and they freak out because they only have enough for the meal for today. And they're like, but what about the meals the rest of the week? I have to have this money for all that. And the lunch lady or lunch personnel, they're like, oh, no, honey, you have enough for today. You will have new money for tomorrow. And then so that it's like that reassurance, that peace comes with knowing that you will have everything you need in each moment. And we realize that the humans aren't bringing us our sustenance. They're not the source anyway. They might be the delivery driver or delivery company. Like when you order something from Amazon, it arrives by USPS, UPS, FedEx, or whatever. It's not coming from them. They're just delivering it to us. And so this safety, this freedom comes with that as well. And then your last card here is the Two of Wands. Wands is your drive, ambition, inspiration, your passion, your energies. And the Two of Wands is really this, that you're making plans on what you can do. You have this new passion, this new energy, this new drive. And now you're making plans to get and put them into action. You may not be doing, an 1,000-step plan, but you're planning steps and you're taking some of them actually. And there's this also awareness with the Two of Wands that comes in, that you always have a choice between two things on where you're focusing your energy. Every moment is either of unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. And whatever you invest your energy into is what grows. You know, speaking of ancestors, it's like there's this beautiful Native American story that's been passed down, which you probably have heard because it's very popular, about a grandchild was talking to their grandfather, and the grandfather said, within every human they have two wolves, a dark wolf and a white wolf, and they're always battling. And the grandchild asked, well, who wins? And the grandfather, of course, said, whichever one you feed. And so this is this amazing awareness that comes around that, of whatever you feed and whatever you focus on is what grows in your life. So if something's growing in your life and you're focusing on lack or what you don't want in your life and that's growing, focus on the other, what you do want, what you're grateful for, and that will grow instead. So you do have this power that comes in and that helps you with this ancestral breaking of chains as well. We're also going to pull a card here from the Divine Guidance and see what else they would like you to know. One more time. All right, so what else for those that chose reading number 1, please? Okay, nope, none of those. All right, that one right there. I wonder if this is going to be love. Love, love, love. Choose love, right? We'll put that at the very top here. Card number 7. Yep, heart mind. Says learning to operate from the heart is one of the single most important things we can do. It is now time to activate your heart chakra to its fullest potential. Spirit is asking that you take time to sit within the energy of your heart. Learn to breathe through your heart while you meditate by focusing your breath in your heart. Feel the loving energy you inhale and allow it to fill you. Let each exhale also be love-filled, and feel this love filling the space around you. Through this daily exercise, you become one with your heart mind, operating fully from a place of love. So definitely referring to what we were talking about here, about choosing love, love, love. And even when I talked about Cancer sign and the emotions, that we get to choose the emotional, the lower vibration and the higher vibration of love emotion that we experience. So this definitely fits into all of that. And then your final card we're going to pull from this Star Seeds deck here to see what the final message is that the Creator has for all of you that chose reading number 1. What's your final message for those that chose reading number 1, please? Okay, they do want that one. What else? Okay, they do want that one as well. Any others? Okay, yep, that one too. Nope, they said none of those. Okay. And last pass. Any others, please? Make it very obvious. Okay, that one right there. Thought there might be one more, so we'll start with this one, which is celebration. And that says, celebrate your achievements. You truly are a gift to the universe. So that is them saying they are proud of the change that you're breaking and the transition that you're making for your life and your family tree and for all those that are around you. Yeah, and abundance. That says, when your heart's intention is to serve humanity, doors of abundance naturally open. And that's also, the King of Pentacles is all about abundance, which I totally skipped over because I got so consumed with the ancestral message. This also is about abundance, though. So when you're focusing on this love and where you're, of course, focusing your energy, that brings in this abundance and growth for your life. Yeah, because you're having that inner alchemy, which says inner alchemy is achieved when you react to fear with love. So love, love, love coming in instead of feeling you need to defend, and because other people are in fear. They're in fear of losing conditional love, right? They're focusing on the darker side of the two choices, but you can choose to give that unconditional love instead. So love that. And then your final one, final card is creation. Being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing the unfolding of your limitless creative soul. So like we talked about here with that, the creator, our source, the universe, endless resources, it is very much a creative kind of energy because they are the creator, right? You're a mini creator and you have access to this limit resource of energy and creativity too, which you get to express, which also happens when you focus on unconditional love. You really tap into that beautiful creative energy, which allows you to do things in creative ways and to make change. And I really, really love this for you, for all of you that chose reading number 1. If you are looking for even more messages of love from above, in addition to these types of readings, I put out weekly energy updates for each of the zodiac signs, monthly readings for each zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button. Also click the subscribe button, and that gives you access to the notification bell. When you go in there, if you select the all option, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things helps spread the love, because when you like a video, share a video, comment on a video, and subscribe to the channel, makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy, happy, excited. It wants to share the videos of this channel with other people as well. So if you want to help my channel grow and help spread the love, doing any of those things helps. And if you do feel inspired to do those, I am, of course, very grateful for it. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for more specific information for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. All right, you that chose reading number 1, have an amazing Cancer season, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. If you chose reading number 2, which is the moon, then this is the reading for you. And of course, the moon brings in this wonderful awareness of all the phases of the moon. The new moon is the beginnings, the full moon begins the part of the endings as it drifts away, and of the seasons, the introduction of seasons. And of course, moon really represents kind of that intuition as well, and the connecting to those higher things or the hidden things. So we'll see what that brings in with that energy for your reading. And we're going to start off with these Path of the Soul cards, and any of the cards I use in a reading I do list in the description box below. And let's see what overall energies for the Cancer season, which does run June 21st to July 21st. So for those of you that wrote reading number 2, what would you like them to know, please? Oh my goodness. Wow, there's a lot of energy in these cards. Okay, they do want this one though. So we'll start off with this. You have card number 40. Beautiful, beautiful card. These are fractal imaging, which we'll read and see what they have here. But obviously I think this is called the Egyptian eagle, but it definitely looks like the phoenix rising from the ashes. So rising higher, seeing things from a higher perspective. And I love this fiery energy coming in here for you. That is card number 40. Yep, that is the Egyptian eagle, and it says, this is the time to release all your past ideals that no longer serve you. If you've been doing inner work, this card represents its completion and a shift into the new, like we're talking about with the moon phases. If you are just beginning, this card represents that it's time to begin your inner work. As we make these great life shifts, those who were once close seem to drift away. So take time to thank them for the lessons you have shared. Egyptian eagle offers the higher perspective and viewpoint. So definitely connecting to that moon energy. It's almost like you're going to the moon and standing on the moon, right? We're also going to pull from the Syrian Starseed Tarot here and see what they would like to add about seeing things from this higher perspective. And you don't have to thank people in person, that's just like thanking their higher selves for bringing you lessons. You don't have to text your ex and go, thanks for the lessons you taught me, bye. That's just going to cause some more fire, right? All right, so for those that chose reading number 2, what else would you like them to know about this energy for the Cancer season? Okay, they do want that one right there. And you've got the Seeker of Orbs, which would be the page of swords in the Standard Tarot. And so this is all about new communication, new understanding coming in, because the orbs in the sword suit are all about your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes. So definitely new thoughts coming in, new ways of looking at things, which is right in alignment with seeing things from a higher perspective here. So you are ready to let those old ways of thinking go that are no longer serving you. And you do have this desire for the capital T truths of the higher realm instead of looking at the small t truths of the human experience that are rooted in fear. The higher truths are rooted in unconditional love of the spiritual realm, right? We're also going to pull from these tarot of the magical forest and just see what else they would like you to know. That's what's great about the Phoenix. I mean, if you watch Harry Potter, which most everyone has, you'll know that, you know, the Phoenix was the main wizard's bird, and when he got old into this place, the bird, he, you know, went up in flames and all the ashes fell down, and then the little baby bird appeared, a little baby phoenix, and then he starts growing, and so all the experience they have didn't disappear. He brings it with him, but he becomes renewed in a very special way. So I love that. Yes, I know his name is Dumbledore. I'm just saying most people may not know what the wizard is. So the Harry Potter fans out there, don't get mad at me. Okay, yeah, he actually have all these 5, and that's what they want. So we will start here. And you have, yeah, the World. Perfect. The World card is like the last card in the major arcana of the tarot, and it represents significant endings of major cycles and new beginnings. So I'm not surprised that this came out with all this, because it is right in alignment with the message that we're getting so far. And you also have the Hermit. Yeah, the Hermit card here is they do turn inward for their path. It's not an outside path, it's an inner path. And they have their little lantern here. And what's in that lantern, the little bright star that's in there, is actually represents our higher self. It's actually the star card, which comes later. And so it's connecting to your higher self, your higher perspectives, and they bring the light onto your path and allow you to see new ways of looking at things and moving in a different direction as you do that inner path. So totally falling in line still. I love it. And then you have Temperance. Wow. So 3 major arcana cards. And major arcana, you can look at it as, because the tarot deck has 4 minor arcana suits, which deal more with like daily. You can kind of look at it as like it's a chapter in a book. But when major arcana come in, this is like life switching things. It's like you're moving to a new book. So there is this message here of significant changes and impacts coming into your life during this Cancer season, but it's for your good. It's for this new movement. Because Temperance, you can see here, about the little inner alchemy here, where they're balancing both the higher realm with the lower realm. And these cups here are like the 2 of Cups suit, where these are very much about the water and the emotions, which fits right in line with the moon and the water energy. But you're balancing them out. You're looking at things from 2 different perspectives, and you're bringing in that balance of the higher love with the human fear-based conditional love. And there's this beautiful transformation, because as you put that water back and forth, it's transforming into something new, right? And so that's this message is very, very clear that whatever is happening during this Cancer season for you, it is going to be such a beautiful transformation, and you're not going to worry about leaving behind with whatever you are leaving behind, whatever you're leaving to go, you're not running from something, you're leaving something to go towards something new. Yeah. Which would be the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, this is the Holy Grail. This is the chalice. This is the filled with the essence of the unconditional love of the Creator of all things. So that cup here from above, pouring into the little cup, this is the cup that you're using. You're connecting to that unconditional love of the Creator of all things, of that spirit realm that's behind there. It's number one. Ace of Cups, right? So that new beginning we're talking about, this new love, this new way of perceiving love that you haven't seen it before. And then you have another major arcana. So 4 out of the 5 are major arcana, and you have the Hangman, who is what? All about seeing things from a higher perspective, right in alignment with everything else. So you are definitely going through this place of you've been doing the work, you've been really evaluating things, looking into things, and because this doesn't just happen like out of the blue, you do the work, you have done the reflection, you have seen how disappointing the small t truths of the human world are. All those expectations, the small t truths as I call them, are the should, the need to, the have to, the must, all of that's tied to the fear of rejection, the fear of losing that conditional love. That's all the conditions. And then you see in that there's a place that is being offered to you. You can even see here, it's being handed to you with this beautiful magical hand from above. All those beautiful beings of unconditional love and light on the other side are handing this love to you and inviting you to have this new change, this new adventure in your life. But the Hermit card is about you taking this step away. The Phoenix is a pretty solitary type of, bird as well. I mean, it is a mystical bird, but it is about taking time away for yourself. Doesn't mean you have to become a hermit and ostracize everyone out of your life, but there is this huge, huge importance for you during this Cancer season to take time away for you to go through this beautiful, beautiful adventure. We're also going to pull a card here from the Divine Guidance and to see what else they want to add on to this for you. All right, so what else for those that chose reading number 2, please? Okay, I did think there was going to be 2 here for you. So it's like you have 2 sides here. So you have card number 28 first. And this is fractal imaging. So if you take a look at it, I call these the spiritual ink blot tests. But you can see if there's something that jumps out to you on here. And we'll read from the book. Cheryl Lee Harnish, who's actually the author of this deck too, she creates these fractal images by putting formulas into a computer program, and she has no idea what it's going to turn out to look like. She just plugs a bunch of formulas in and it creates this artwork. So, which is amazing that this turned out to look like that by putting in formulas. And then your other one is card number 8. You can take a look at that too. You see the giant yin yang here in a way. I know I'm not supposed to influence you looking at your fractal imaging, right? But let's take a look here and see what messages come with these. So this one is freedom. It's time to come out of your shell. This shell, which did serve you in the past to provide protection for your tender heart, is no longer needed. The time has come to begin to allow yourself true freedom. This world and your soul both need you to let your light in your heart to shine. Allow the past to be the past and move forward in this present moment. Do this in small steps at first if you need to. Moving away from your protective shell means allowing your true heart to be seen, but also means allowing others in on a deeper level than you've been able to allow before. And that is beautiful. There is this freedom. When we have all those conditional love laws and all that fear, we do limit how much we love ourselves, and we can only accept love from others to the extent that we love ourselves. And we can only love others to the extent that we love ourselves too. And if we're loving ourselves with all these conditions, then we are restricting, and we have to protect our heart because we feel like it can be broken. But when you connect to this higher perspective, this new way of looking at love, experiencing the unconditional love from above allows you to release your heart, and it expands your unconditional love for yourself, which allows you to love others in such a higher, different way. Again, 28, add 8 plus 2 is 10, and that's 10 is endings and new beginnings as well. Let's take a look at here, number 8. And this is all about balance, like this temperance to the balancing out of those energies. Life is all about balance, and this card is here to help you create more balance in all aspects of your life. Work and play, relationship time and alone time, social time and quiet meditation, physical activity and rest, giving and receiving, feminine energy and masculine energy. Balancing out each aspect of your life will enable you to give your energy to the world in a much more grounded and centered way. I love that. Love that combination of these coming in for each other here. And then your final messages for this Cancer season, and we're going to pull from these star seed deck here and just see what the final message is that the Creator has for you. And this one was flying out. So we will take that one. And then what else? What else would you like those that chose reading number 2 to know about their Cancer season? Okay, they want that one too. What else? Whoa, okay. Anything else? Nope, that's it. Okay. Well, we'll grab this one first. And that one says light. It all talked about you sharing your light with the world, and of course this fiery bird. It's time to reveal your radiant light to the world, and that's what this was talking about right here, right? So this beautiful love light that you have burning bright within you, you're able to share with the world. So I love that. And then you also have inner worlds. And that says your external world is a reflection of your inner world. And definitely, especially with the world card coming up here, we're going to put this right here because this is about your inner journey and the world. But yeah, and I love that because knowing that we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. And so as you're doing this inner journey and you're doing this inner transformation, you will see the world around you also change. So as you end these cycles, these old cycles, and move into this newness, you're going to see the world change around you as well. And then your final card is, oh, look, love. What we've been talking about. Live your truth and share the love that is in your soul, which is this unconditional love. This is the love that's in your soul. The external love we experience is that conditional love, right? But this unconditional love is what is in your soul. It's what you're made out of. Because when you connect to this beautiful phoenix, when you rise and realize you're so much more than the physical human avatar that you're experiencing life through, that's just a character you're playing here. But your actor, your soul that's behind that character is a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. So love, love, love. Beautiful reading for you here. If you are looking for more messages of love from above in addition to these readings, I also put out weekly readings for each zodiac sign, monthly readings for each zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click the subscribe button, and that gives you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things helps spread the love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like a video or share a video, comment on a video, subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so happy it wants to share the videos of this channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of that, I am very, very grateful for that. Also, these are general readings. If you're looking for even more specific information for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. All right, all of you that chose reading number 2, as you go through this amazing Cancer season, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing season. I'll be talking with you very soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. If you chose reading number 3, which was the water sign, then this is the reading for you. And the water energy is, of course, you see the moon, and that the water is impacted by the moon. It's it handles the tides. And so there is this energy that comes in with this reading about knowing when to move on things and when not to, because if the tide is coming in, you don't want to move against the tide, because you do all this energy and all this work to get past that tide, and the boat capsizes as those waves are coming in. But when the tide is going out, that's the time to move. So it's about this awareness of when to stand still and when to move. Also, of course, water is all about emotions, and when you're looking at all the water signs, especially, it is reflective, right? I mean, you can see the moon being reflected down here into the water. All the water signs are about kind of a psychology, reflecting on yourself, reflecting on what you're feeling and what's going on in your life. So it's a very reflective type of energy. We're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Path of the Soul Destiny cards. And any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below. But we'll start off seeing what general energy for the Cancer season that Spirit wants you to know about. The Cancer season does run from June 21st up to July 21st. This will be for that period of time. So what do you want those? Okay, there we go. And these are fractal imaging. And so I call these like the spiritual inkblot test. So if you take a look and see what you see within this, that's a special message for you. And I will read from the book as well. The author that created these, Shirley Harnish, does such a beautiful job on the interpretations. And so this one, card number 2, is called Encoded. Where others see nothing, you see the deeper meaning or message hidden within. Your guides are working to communicate with you as your intuition and inner knowing expands, which water in that moon energy definitely is about intuition too. So be mindful of all that you are experiencing in each moment. Be aware of animal messengers, cloud formations, colors, conversations of others, and anything else that catches your attention. You are taking the next step up in awareness and connection to the unseen worlds. And that is so moon energy too, about diving into the subconscious, the unknown, the hidden. So you definitely have that energy coming in here. We're also going to pull from these Star Seeds Tarot, Syrian Star Seeds Tarot, and see what else they want you to know about this energy for the Cancer season. All right, so for those that chose the water, what do you want them to know about the Cancer season? What else? Okay, they do want this one right here. And do you have the 9 of crystals, which would be the 9 of pentacles? The number 9 is all about the major arcana. Number 9 is the Hermit. And so it is about the inner search, the inner journey. And with this being the crystals here and being the pentacles, this is about you finding like your worth and finding abundance from within. You can see she's here in the garden all by herself, except for a feathered creature. There's always a feathered creature, and this it's a white owl in this case, and that represents spirit. So even this one was talking about, this connection. Your spirit guides are helping you on this path, helping you identify this inner worth that you have, not basing it so much on the outside world and what your retail price is in the outside world, but this is about you finding your self-worth within. So that whole psychology, the inner reflection is coming in here, where you're finding this within you. We're also going to use this tarot of the magical forest and see what else they would like to add and clarify around all of this. All right, so for those that chose number 3, the water, what else would you like them to know, please? Okay, that's 1. What else? Okay, so 2, and we'll move these over. 2, 3, 4, 5, and you actually get to these 2 as well. So I built a little tower here, so we will dive into these. Let me just make a little space here. All right. There we go. We'll start with this one right here. And you do have the Lover's card. So the Lover's card is about emotional choices. And this comes into this duality here. And even this was card number 2. So you've got this reflection too, that every moment is either of an emotional choice of unconditional love, from which we find, this is where we really find our worth in, or of the fear of losing conditional love. So every moment we have an emotional choice, and we get to choose it. We might have leftover habits, leftover reactions that we were taught and conditioned with growing up, but there's this awareness that's coming in here as you're reflecting on things, that you're the one that gets to choose what emotion you want to feel through anything, and also with that power of choice, what any situation means for you as well. Let's see what else we got here, though. Yeah. So you do have the Star card here. And the Star card, when I talked about the Hermit card, that number 9 in the Major Arcana, they usually have a lantern. And within that lantern is a star, which is this Star card here. And this is your higher self connecting to your higher awareness of who you really are. And that allows you in your inner searching to shine a light on your path. This is the water bearer. It's like the Aquarian energy card. And they bring this Ace of Cups, which is the unconditional love. And it pours out both onto land and into the water, which means it impacts every area of your life. So there is this draw here with a connection to the higher realms, with the diving into your subconscious and your unconscious. This is happening for you, and you can use this energy, you can use the star to dive deeper into that. You also have the 8 of Pentacles. Yep, so that's what comes before this 9 of Pentacles. And the 8 of Pentacles is like you're ready to move to a new level in your outside world, which obviously you reach with this 9 of Pentacles making itself known here. And think of it like an apprentice, where like a blacksmith, they take on, like it's a master blacksmith, they take on an apprentice to teach them to do the trade. And the apprentice they work so hard at looking at things, of learning and growing through all of it. And they come to a point where they have learned all they can from that master, and they're ready to move on. And so that master blacksmith rewards the apprentice for announcing that they are now a master, giving him a reward, some money, sending him off to another town, and they become the master in that new place. They even take on apprentici themselves, so they take on teaching others as well what they have learned. And so all this work that you've been doing, this inner work, this inner search, this inner journey, is bringing you so much more abundance. It's taking to a new level in your life. Yeah, because here is another 2, the 2 of Pentacles. So a lot of pentacle energy here, which also has to do with your worth. But the pentacles with the 2s, this is about understanding the awareness, the duality of who you are, and bringing it into your life. Because you can see here, there's this infinity symbol around these, which represents your infinite self. And so you have this awareness that's coming in of the two of you that are living this human experience. And so there's this balancing, going back and forth, realizing you are more than just the character. You are this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being, but you're allowing it to kind of join together and walk hand in hand with this balancing between the two, not being so earthly involved that you're not heavenly minded, and you're not being too heavenly minded that you're no earthly good as well. You're having this beautiful balance that's coming in with this. Yeah, and then you have the Seven of Wands. So Wands energy is your energy. It's about drive, passion, your inspiration. And the Seven of Wands is this awareness that you don't have to defend who you are. You know, you see the other 6 wands kind of coming against you, but you're moving to this new level. And I love this card for this instance for you, because there's one message that comes with it is, all these other wands see that you've moved to this new direction, this new level, and they haven't yet. They're still experiencing what they want to experience. There's no judgment in that. I mean, there's people that when you were down here, they moved up to in a specific area of their lives. But they're basically saying, hey, where are you going? Get back here. Come back down here where we're at. Be miserable with the rest of us, because misery loves company. Come back here. But you are choosing, going, no, I'm ready for this next step. I'm ready for this next level. I don't have to defend my decisions. I don't have to defend where I'm going. Sometimes when we leave a situation, when we grow, we outgrow certain relationships and interactions. And for a time, we might step out of their life, or they might step out of ours, until if it's destined, we come back in each other's path at a different place when we're both at a different place, right? And then you have another Pentacles. So Pentacles, 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 Pentacles. And 6 of Pentacles is about your awareness of giving and receiving. And I call it my codependency awareness card, because you do realize this new beauty that comes in, that you don't have to be the one that's always giving. And with this confidence and this new awareness about yourself that you're achieving during this period, you're understanding that whereas before you might have had this belief that if I can't give someone to something to someone, that someone won't want to be around me for much longer, because that's the only reason people are in people's lives is what they can get from them. And so you have this transformation of this change that's happening, going that you just being the beautiful you is enough to be worthy of receiving from someone. And that if someone leaves your life, it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with where they're going on their journey. And that's okay. And you are able to receive equally, if not more, than you are giving, because you've given so much more. Kind of this lesson that you're learning here too is your ability to receive from others without fearing or keeping score, to make sure you're at least giving enough back to them. Now is your time to allow yourself to just be given to. And then your final card here, you have the Magician. So Magician card, they usually, they have the infinity symbol above. This represents your higher self, like the star did. And this is about you bringing down this amazing talent, this amazing, unique way that you want to share the unconditional love within you with the world. You have everything on the table in front of you to bring these dreams and to bring this beautiful love within you out into the world in that unique way. So it is the one, it is a new beginning. You are ready. Again, you're ready to move to this new level. You're ready to express yourself. And it's just nudging you to do so. We're also going to pull a card here from the Divine Guidance deck, which same author as this other one. It's another opportunity to do some fractal imaging, spiritual inkblot testing. All right, so for those that chose the water element, what else would you like them to know? Okay, so right here, Let you see that and see what you pick up on there for your special, unique messages, if any come through for you here. And this is card number 24. We'll put this over here and we'll see what message comes in with that one. This is the divine feminine, which also water, the moon element, is all about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and that maternal piece. And this card asks you to begin operating more from a feminine flow of energy, whether you're male or female or how you identify. It asks that you allow your power to flow from within instead of using force. Be mindful of using a gentle approach to people and situations. The role of nurturer and healer is important for you, and these gifts will blossom when you allow them to naturally emanate from you. Focus on your relationships with people you interact with. You will find that more will be accomplished while creating peace and harmony for all involved. Yep, so definitely connecting to that nurturing energy of this water element of the moon and allowing that to flow out with these relationships. And you really connect with that divine feminine, beautiful energy, that unconditional love through connecting to your higher self, definitely. And then your final messages are going to come from this Starseeds deck here. Excuse me. Had a hiccup. And so this is just going to be whatever else the Creator wants you to know for this Cancer season for all those that chose the water element. They do want that one. What else? Okay, and these two. Okay, and that one too. All right. As I destroy my little tower here, which the tower, now that I say that, they're telling me that the Tower card in the major arcana is all about a tower being struck by lightning and burnt down. It's things are being removed out of your life for you to make space for new stuff coming in. It's like if you ever have like a condemned house that is not livable anymore, it's whatever was happening before is no longer livable for where you're headed. And so that, the little company comes in that, the big wrecking ball knocks it down and removes all the debris and allows a beautiful new start for things to grow. So that is also a message here for you. And you've got gratitude. That says universal love shines through the miracles of life all around you. So definitely unfolding here. You have a lot to be grateful for. And so focus on that. Allow that energy to fill you up. Here we go with the advancement we talked about. A strong energy is propelling you forward. Follow the stirrings of your heart. So definitely this movement forward to this new level is being reinforced there. And you got the observation, which says expand your consciousness by observing the divine matrix of life. I love that for this reflection that we talked about over here too. Observing things, even without judgment, just see things as they are and try not to put a right or a wrong or supposed to be or should or need to be or have to be or must around it. Allow yourself to see and see what stirs within your heart, not within your mind, right? Yeah, because here you go. We talked about choice with the choices down there, the emotional choice every moment, your power of choice. And this one says, by staying conscious in your thoughts, you guide your journey in the direction of choice. So a reminder that you hold the power in every moment, what emotion you want to feel and what story you want to apply to any situation. That power resides within you. And I know when they first told me that, I was like, I don't feel like I'm making a choice. But they did show me that it was because of everything that you're taught when you're younger around choice. You're like, when this thing happens, this is what it's supposed to mean. When this thing's happen, this is how I'm supposed to feel. And so you're given this popular opinion on what those things are supposed to be. And they're reinforced over and over and over again. It becomes your habit to feel that way when that thing happens, and to think that this means that when that happens, and it becomes your habit so much it becomes your reaction. But if you really take a deep breath and pause when emotions are coming up, or at least reflect on it after it happens, you can start changing your habit on what something means and how you feel through something, through this power of choice. So love, love, love that coming in here for you. If you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these readings, I also put out weekly energy updates for each zodiac sign, a monthly reading for each zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click the subscribe button, that gives you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things helps spread the love, and it also helps my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like a video, you share a video, you comment on a video, or subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so excited it wants to share the videos of this channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am very grateful for that. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. All right, all of you that chose the water element, as you go through this amazing week and month of Cancer season, please know that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing Cancer season. I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. If you chose reading number 4, which is the 4th house, then this is the reading for you. And of course, the 4th house, dealing with Cancer and the moon, does have to do with the home and things related to the home, like, interior design or redecorating or real estate, that kind of thing. But also it has this connection with that mother interaction, that motherhoodness, has to do with family and looking at those things. Also, because it is one of the water houses, it also has to do with psychology and looking and reflecting into your psyche and how things work within you. So we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Path of the Soul Destiny cards. And any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below. But we'll take a look here, see what the general energies are for this Cancer season. And Cancer season, of course, runs from June 21st through July 21st. So this will be for around that period. It's for all those that chose the 4th house. Okay, they want that one right there. And you've got card number 31, which when you add 3 plus 1 together does equal 4. These are fractal images in this deck. So if you take a look at here, I call it like a spiritual ink blot test. Whatever jumps out to you with whatever you see in that, that's also extra messages for you. But we'll take a look here from the book. I love all the greens and the pinks of the human heart chakra and the higher spirit heart as well. And let's see. Love it. This is joyous. So the colors of pink and green signify the opening of the heart chakra to deeper and more profound joy. Embrace this shift occurring within you. As you do, allow for that childlike wonder and amazement to fill every part of your being. You deserve to feel the bliss and happiness. You've done the work. You've made the effort. Now it's time to simply enjoy all that life has to offer. Wow, wonderful, wonderful message for this Cancer season for you. So definitely live it up. You've done the work, and now it's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. We're also going to use these Syrian Starseed Tarot and to see what else they want you to know about the energies of this Cancer season for you. But I am loving that. Partay, right? All right, so what else for those that chose the 4th house, please? Okay, you actually get 2 for this. And so you have the Great Wheel. So this is the Wheel of Fortune, card number 10. So you do have the endings and new beginnings that are coming in here for you. So I love that. Actually, I'm going to put this one over here. And then you also have Transition, which is card number 13. This would normally be the death card, the death and rebirth card. So you see that here, transforming and transitioning as well. So you do definitely have this ending and new beginning type of theme that's coming in here, because the 10 is endings and new beginnings, transition, death and rebirth. So there is this, I feel like this joy that's coming. I'm seeing a picture in my head, and what is it? Oh, Dances with Wolves is the movie, and it's the main character falls in love with a woman who had lost her husband, and she is going through her mourning period, and the mourning period is almost over, but she's falling for the main character before the mourning period is over. But as soon as that mourning period ends, boom, that sparks fly and all that happens. And so that it's like, I feel like this is happening. The Wheel of Fortune represents that there's all this stuff that was fated to happen in your life on purpose, for a purpose, but there comes a time when that thing ends to make room for the new beginning that's coming in. And it feels like this joy is totally available to you. It's like saying that you've done all the work, you've went through all the pain, sweat and tears, and now you're ready for what it is preparing you for. This next big fated piece of your journey. We're also going to pull from the Tarot of the Magical Forest. See what else they want you to know about this beautiful, joyous new beginning. It's like you've had a heartache, you experienced all that pain, and now you're ready to open up more to this, to the love, to living life, to realize you might have gone into this cycle of feeling, I want to say feeling restricted, but feeling like you were just merely existing, and you're ready to live again. So what else for those that chose the 4th house? Reading number 4, please. Okay, got that. What else? Okay. Nope, not that, but you do want that one. Okay. So put these in here. Just make some space here. What else? Okay. Anything else? Nope. Okay. So we've got these, and this one, of course, made itself known. So we will do this one first. This is the Ace of Pentacles. I love how they have a paw bringing it in. This is new opportunities coming in for you. Definitely this ending and new beginning. Ace of Pentacles is about the outside world too. So it's opportunities that are coming to you in your outside world that can be, whatever new opportunity it is that is going to bring you this joyful feeling. It can be a relationship, it can be job, it can be education, it can be things, something to do with your body, finances, it can be any area of your life. Whatever it brings in this new feeling of joy and living back into your life. Yeah, because you have the Empress. Empress, she's all about new beginnings and new birth and creativity coming in, abundance, nurturing, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. Definitely this pink's coming in here. So, and the Empress is one of the few cards that means passion and intimacy, if you know what I mean. And so you do have this new passion coming in, this new birth coming in. Definitely with these two cards together, screams this new, just this new spark coming in to your life. Let's see what else we got down here. Yep, and you have the Knave of Chalices, which would be the Knight of Cups. And you can see here, What do knights search for? They all have a quest, right, that they are going for. And so chalices, the cups, they go after this Ace of Cups here. And this Ace of Cups is, actually, I think the knaves in this one are pages. Yeah, because he's not on a horse. So pages are new love anyway. So it still fits into your storyline here because it is bringing you this, it's handing you this new passion, this new love, this new awareness. Because what's within that Ace of Cups is the unconditional love of the creator of all things. It's the essence. It's not the conditional love that we experience that's rooted in fear of being rejected and not being enough. And it's this knowing, this unconditional love from the heavenly realms, from the other higher worlds, because there's no condition around it. Not one. It just takes one condition to make something conditional. So this unconditional love that you're able to experience that comes in for you through this heart chakra, makes total sense, comes from all those beings of unconditional love and light on the other side. You can't lose it. You can't gain more of it. You have 100% of it right now. Your creator, spirit, your guardian angel, your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones who are back on the other side, your ancestors, a whole slew of beings of unconditional love and light are bringing this for you. And obviously with this transition too, showing, connecting to your higher self and your spiritual self really allows you to connect to that. And that brings you, of course, into this awareness of this joy, because your natural state is unconditional love, joy, peace, laughter. That's who we are on the other side. We just learn misery down here. We come down here to experience our opposite of what we're not, to more fully understand who we are. So you are coming to this beautiful opening of your heart to the higher love, which is amazing. Yep, and then, yeah, because you have the Hierophant. Hierophant 2-5, it's about spiritual leadership, spiritual evolution, moving to the next level in your spirituality. The 5 is all about the change, so definitely fits into everything we've talked about. The message is repeating over and over and over again. And then you have the 10 of Pentacles, another 10, another ending and new beginning. Pentacles, like we talked about, is the outside world. It's also about feelings of extreme abundance, feeling that wholeness and that completeness, which the Ace of Pentacles, I kind of feel, is all about finding our worth in a different way, finding our our worth based on the unconditional love from within. And then that wholeness and that completeness you feel from within, the outside world changes because you see the world as you are, not as it is. So when you change and you have all this beautiful love that's just flowing in through your heart chakra, you see the world as a place of love instead of a place of fear. You start seeing clarity around what life is really all about. We'll also pull from the Divine Guidance, which is the same author as these others. So you have another opportunity at your fractal imaging and your spiritual inkblot test here. Let's see what you see. Actually, they want me to do it one more time. All right. So for those that chose the 4th house, okay, that one right there. You've got card number 35. Beautiful card. Let you see that and see what you see within that. We'll put that right here. Let's see what message comes with that here. Celebration. Joy, 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 celebration. Actually, the celebration card is the 3 of Cups in the Standard Tarot, which is all about joy, joy, joy. So these are definitely so in relation to each other. It says, it is time to take off your work hat and let your hair down. It's time to go have fun. Sing, dance, play, and be wild. Really let yourself loose. Let go of the stresses of your daily life for just a little while and get out and enjoy yourself like you used to before you grew up. Your heart needs this. Your mind needs this. And most importantly, your spirit needs this. Get out there and celebrate life. Celebrate pleasure and celebrate being you. So, perfect. Yeah, definitely that's the whole story of this is really connect to this heart, this joy. Let it go. Allow yourself to feel and be and look at this abundance and allow yourself to move from the old ways. Come alive again. Let the mourning period end with whatever you were feeling that was holding yourself back. It's time to choose a date that it ends. And that's what they did in that movie, Dances with Wolves. They had like a specific date that the mourning was over, and when that happened, then it was just like night and day for her. So I love it. And then your final messages, we're going to pull from the Star Seeds deck here and just see what the final messages that the Creator and Spirit have for you for the Cancer season, for those of you that chose number 4 here, the 4th reading, the 4th house. Okay, what else? Okay, they do want that one. Any others? Last pass. Okay, that one there. So you do have reflection is the first one that showed itself here. That one says, see all aspects of yourself through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self. So definitely seeing that you are so much more than this human, the character that you're playing. You're this actor behind this character, this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. That reflection of who you aren't to see who you really are. Yep, and you have your intuition here, which says, trust your intuition. It's been guiding you to the answers that you seek. So trust your heart. Really tune into your heart and follow your heart for this period. Get out of your mind and, all that stuff that was suppressing you before, all that stuff that was creating the misery for you, that restrictions, and leave it behind because you're ready to go on to your next vision here. Which says, you trust in your ability to create the vision in your soul. I love this new beginnings coming in here with both the Ace of Pentacles and the Empress here. And your final card is Gaia, divine feminine energy, Mother Earth. Connect to the pulse of Mother Earth. She will guide you through this time of change, which, again, we talk about the 4th house very much being, they also call it in the Native American, the great grandmother. So, this moon energy, this 4th house energy, this water energy that's all about this Cancer season is definitely about connecting to this great grandmother and mother nurturing energy. So I am loving this joyous transformation for you. Definitely, it's like being trapped in and now they're showing me Lord of the Rings when it was like Gandalf. He was the white wizard. I think it was the gray one at that time, I think. But he's like, look for the dawn. And they were about to lose this hold against all these, dark forces. And then all of a sudden, boom, here comes the sun coming over, and all of these forces came, and it just transformed. It went from a very dark, hopeless kind of energy to suddenly, boom, and it was just wonderful, wonderful. And that's like what I see, what they're showing me is it's like from night to day in an instant. And so I love this for you. If you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these readings, I also put out weekly readings for each zodiac sign, like an energy update. Also, monthly readings for each zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button. Also click the subscribe button, and that gives you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things helps spread the love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like a video, share a video, comment on a video, and of course subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so excited. It wants to share the videos of my channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am very, very grateful for that. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. All right, all of you that chose the mighty House of 4, as you go throughout this amazing week, actually amazing month of Cancer season, please know that every moment of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and of course, I love you too. Have an amazing Cancer season. I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. Happy birthday, all you Cancer sign sun babies, and welcome to your bonus reading. And what I like to do in these bonus readings is basically give you a 3-month forecast from the day of your birthday for the next 30 days, and the next 30 days, and the next 30 days. So 3 months worth of little forecast on what Spirit would like you to know about this next rotation around the sun. And we're going to start off the first month. I'm going to pull from this Path of the Soul Destiny cards, and any of the cards I use in a reading I do list in the description box below. But for the first month, from your actual birth date forward to that date in the next month, this will be for that month number 1. Okay, there we go. So that's number 1. And then we're going to pull from this Syrian Starseed Tarot, and this will be the energies for the second month. All right, so what do you want our little sun babies to know? Okay, do you want this one? Actually, you do get 2 for that month. Okay, and then for the third month, we're going to use these divine guidance cards for the overall energy for the third month. All right, so what for the third month, please? Okay, that one right there. So let me just get these cards out of the way. Let me just put like this, I'll remember which one was which. And then we will also pull from this tarot of the magical forest for clarification around these, and also some starseed. So we'll start off here for month number 1, which is, I don't know if I showed that to you. That's card number 27. These are fractal imaging. And so I call them like a spiritual inkblot test. So you can look at this and see what jumps out to you. I love all the colors in here. And we'll put this right here, and we'll see what interpretation that the author had for these. And they are the doves that are here. And the doves represent the cycling from the old to the new. So happy birthday, of course, your birthday month, cycling into a new month, a new year, a rotation around the sun. It is important to remember that you are not alone during these times in your spiritual journey. The doves are here to remind you to allow the peace and love to nurture you through this time of change. You will receive the energy and strength to do what needs to be done. You are fully supported. Know that it is okay to ask for the support you need. This cycle will end soon, and you'll experience the full bounty and beauty of this wonderful growth. So evidently, you are going through, a period in your life where you are needing some extra support, and it's okay, like I said, to ask for it. You are worthy of it. And if it's not of the physical realm, know that you have the full support of a huge posse of beings of unconditional love and light on the other side. I mean, you've got the Creator, you got Spirit, you got your guardian angel and angels and your spirit guides, your loved ones that have already gone back to the other side, your ancestors. It's just a whole slew of beings of unconditional love and light that are there for you, and they support you. They won't mess, though, with your free will. So they won't butt into your life unless you, of your own free will, ask them to do so. So just know that you're not alone and that you can ask them, you're worthy of it. So we're also going to see what else they want you to know about this energy. What's going on during this first month? What else do they want you to know? I'm kind of curious. What are you going through? Cancer signs. You got this one and this one and this one. Any others? Yep, this one and this one and this one. So you've got 6 cards total. Let's see what this brings in for you here. Yeah, you have the 4 of Cups. So cups are your emotions, and you can see here this person is meditating. Here's the cups, 3 cups of the outside world that have left you feeling kind of lifeless and bored with what life has been bringing you lately. You know, each of those cups represents a different area of your life. One of them is like relationships. The other is situations like your job, education, social status, things like that. The other is things, your body, your possessions, your bank accounts. And so those things have left you emotionally empty, where you're just like, you know what? I just don't feel it. I just don't have any satisfaction. But this Ace of Cups coming in is this beautiful, beautiful love from above. Your support team is flooding you with this unconditional love, and reaching out to them allows you to really connect to the unconditional love that's within you, and it allows you to see a new direction in your life, a new passion. It's like you've accomplished a lot of things, but it's been empty for you. All that promises that it was supposed to make you feel whole and complete and excited, it was short-lived, if at all, for you. And you're ready for something new. And so they will help you identify how you uniquely want to share your unconditional love with the world. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, you got the Knave of Wands, which would be the Page of Wands. Wands is your drive, your ambition, your inspiration, your energy, your ahas, and pages are all about new energy, new passion. So definitely this is reaffirming what I just said, but yeah, the new passion being identified for you. Pages are also communicators. They're also the messengers, and this can represent your spiritual energy. So with what we talked about here with your posse of support here, they are so ready to bring you messages from above. And so really look out and look for that communication to come from the spirit world, because they are going to be bringing it all over the place. Messages from the outside world, license plates, songs on the radio, bumper stickers, junk mail, overhearing conversations. You're just going to be getting messages and confirmations and synchronicities all over the place during this month. So pay attention. Yeah, because here you have the Wheel of Fortune. Endings and new beginnings. You are ready for this change and for this switch to happen in your life. Know, though, that everything that happens is happening on purpose, for a purpose, and that your higher self, before you came down here, did choose to have things unfold in these fated event ways. But this also has this wonderful message of empowerment, that if that ever happens in your life, you get to choose what it means, and you get to choose how you feel about it. Now you're going to have these old habits and conditioning that say that when this happens, this is how you're supposed to feel. When this happens, this is what it's supposed to mean. But you still get to choose it. And this awareness comes through all this. Let's see what else they have to say here. A lot for your first month. Yeah, High Priestess. Trust your intuition. Connect to the above. The High Priestess, she steps away out of her out of the world into her High Priestess temple, and she uses that to connect to the subconscious, to the higher realms, to the hidden. So this is about connecting to your spiritual posse here. There's a lot of that energy coming here. Yeah. Meow. You got the King of Swords. Swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets. You have the Ace of Swords here in your hands. This is allowing you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm and to slice away those thoughts and those beliefs that no longer serve you. This is the king of your mind. You have control over your thoughts, your beliefs, an awareness around all of that. Yeah, and then you have the Queen of Pentacles. So you definitely have the divine feminine and masculine energies coming in here. But the Queen of Pentacles is like the Empress. She brings in this mother nature, mother nurture, definitely new birth, abundant feeling. Very much the Cancer energy, right? The mother, the nurturing. But this is about self-nurturing and spending time for you connecting here, because this is your birthday month. It's time for you to spend some of that motherly energy and that nurturing on yourself, and they're giving you permission to do that. So an amazing month of making sure to connect to the higher realms, take time away from all the noise, and allow this wheel to turn. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune here, this almost looks like the wheel turning here too. So I love that. Then you move into your second month. You have the solar deity, which would be the sun. Beautiful. This is like one of the most beneficial cards, most abundant, bright, of course. And so this is definitely a month for you, again, to focus on yourself, focus on being the bright light that you are, allowing yourself to feel the abundance. A lot of times they'll have a little child that is leaving a garden, and that's about letting the little inner child within you go out and play, have some fun, bring this joy in, allow this to be a wonderful, abundant month. Yeah, because you have the Seven of Cups here, the Seven of Chalices. You are ready to become aware. Normally this can be confusion around emotions, but I feel like with everything we talked about here, that you're learning that you get to choose how you want to feel. Again, that with that Wheel of Fortune, that beautiful message that you get to choose what anything means and what you want to feel through anything, and that you came here on purpose to feel all this amazing energy, this amazing emotions. There's no wrong emotion. There's emotions that are either rooted in the fear of losing conditional love of the human side of us, and then there is the higher side of us, that which is the unconditional love that we talked about here, right? So you always have the choice. I can experience those three cups, or I can experience this beautiful Ace of Cups, which is full of the unconditional love of the Creator. Of course, we're going to dive in here more. What's this wonderful energy about? What's this victory? What's this brightness that's coming in? What are all these emotional choices about? Okay. Actually, they do want that one right there. What else? Okay. That one right there. Okay. Makes sense. Okay, thank you. And then these two. And these two. Okay. So I laughed because the Eight of Wands, Wands is your spiritual energy. The Eight of Wands means very much a extreme amount of energy flowing in. But the reason I laughed is because it also means messages from above, which we're talking about. Getting messages. You continue to get messages from the spirit realm in the second month. So you really have this relationship that you built with your posse of support, and they're continuing just flooding you with amazing messages. And then you have the Six of Wands. Yep, Wands again, more energy. But the Six of Wands is about recognition. And you do have this change of how you're looking at things. Like you before might have had this draw to get some validation and get that recognition from the outside world. But with these Three of Cups, you really realized how empty it made you feel. And with the recognition you're getting from the spirit world, all these people that are praising you is your spiritual posse, and you're really connecting to this energy in very, very deep ways. I kind of look at this as the carrot on the stick. and it's like you were for so long drawn to that carrot of the outside world, and it's like the carrot always got moved and moved and moved. And when you reached the carrot, you realized it was a soggy old or dried out carrot that the birds had picked on it and ate some of it. It was halfway gone. It really wasn't fulfilling at all. And you have this new, beautiful recognition that you're feeling from the upper worlds, the higher worlds, the invisible worlds, that you are seen. They're so proud of you. Everything that you've gone through, all the journey, having the courage to come down here and experience the human experience in itself is a huge step of courage. But they've seen everything that you've gone through, everything that you've stepped through, and you have overcome 100% of everything you ever experienced, because you wouldn't be watching this reading right now, because you'd be dead if you didn't. You have survived, you have thrived through it all, and they're very proud of you. And you've got the Knave of Pentacles. So now you have the Knave, the Page of Pentacles. New opportunities that are unfolding in your outside world are coming to pass here. So you definitely have, with this new energy and this new direction, you are seeing these opportunities where you didn't see opportunities before. And you've got the King of Cups. So you have all your emotions are in check here. You feel in control of your emotional state where you didn't before. Wow. Yeah. And then you have the Queen of Wands. So you had King and Queen over here. You got the King and Queen again, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. But this Queen of Wands, she is so in tune with the spiritual realm. Yeah, here's the black cat that always appears, usually, with the Queen of Wands, because she's so in connection to the higher realm that she doesn't feel like she's taking risks. She's very confident in the steps that she takes in her physical life because of this beautiful connection. The King of Cups would be the highest emotion that you can experience, which would be the unconditional love of the other side, right? So you have this connection again, this unconditional love is flowing into this month, and you're putting it into action, and you're listening and taking action with these new opportunities. So that makes sense why you feel this victory, because you basically feel I can't make a wrong choice because I'm so connected to the eyes in the sky that are seeing the higher perspective, and you've really developed this connection that you're listening to them. Yeah, you have the Emperor. So definitely you feel like you're having this control, this taking charge of your life where it felt out of control before. You're feeling this very solid confidence, this very solid foundation, authority in your life. You don't feel like you're at the whim of the outside world anymore, because you just feel this wholeness and this completeness that's coming in from this connection to the spirit world. Yeah. And you have the Eight of Cups. So you have identified all those emotions that you are ready to leave behind. You're ready to step to the next level. The Nine of Cups after this is the wish fulfillment card. And I really feel like with everything that you experienced in this month here, that you were so ready to leave behind these false dreams that you had, these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos, that the world was telling you who you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to feel, what you're supposed to do. And I say that in that kind of derogatory tone, because you're like, yeah, I'm not going to listen to you anymore. I'm going to live my dream. I'm going to make these steps and these changes toward where I want to head off to, what I want to do. Which brings you into exciting, I wonder what month 3 brings for you here. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful card here, number 40. Let you take a look at that, see what you see. If you need to pause or go back to that, definitely check that out and see what you see. And it's called Om, O-M. And the meaning of this card is twofold. Firstly, it is calling for more time in meditation and prayer. So they definitely want you to continue to have this beautiful relationship with them. energetically, you are needing some time alone with yourself in your inner space. Through meditation, you are able to connect more deeply with your higher self and your guides. Oh my God, can you believe this? They are like, they want this, they want you for themselves. And energetically, this is vital for you. Secondly, this card calls you to focus on the power of your voice to facilitate the opening of your throat chakra. This vocal expression, whether through chant, prayer, or even singing, is important for you right now. And I love that because you are connecting so much to your heart chakra and to your love and opening your third eye and your crown chakra. And this is about opening your voice and allowing yourself to express this love to the world. Because the throat chakra is not always about just the voice. When you spread your arms out to its side like you're standing in a T, your arms are at the same level as like your throat. And so your arms, your action that you take in the world is also part of your throat chakra. So let's see, what action do you want them to take? What do you want them to know about this throat chakra? Okay, that one there. Okay, there we go. We're going to run out of space here. So you do have space to go this direction? I do. Let me move some of these this way to make some space, but I don't know about you, but I think you're going to have a very happy birthday. This is going to be just a wonderful, life-changing experience for you over these first 3 months for sure. Can't imagine what your year is going to hold with this beautiful foundation of communication and connection to the spirit world. But let's take a look here, see what else happens here in month number 3. Yeah. So you have the 9 of Pentacles. 9s are like the Hermit card in the major arcana of the tarot, is the Hermit. And the Hermit is all about going internal, spending time alone, going on that inner search. And they usually hold like a lantern, which is your higher self. It's the little star of your higher self that lights your inner path for going through that. And so the 9s are all about finding the things on your inner search. And the Pentacles is about your confidence, your wholeness, your completeness, your feeling of abundance. And usually the 9 of Pentacles, they're in a garden. Yep. And they always have a little winged being with them, which would be spirit wanting to spend that time with you. So definitely that is reinforced again here. Finding that feeling of abundance. You have the Chariot coming in, which the Chariot is all about understanding your power of choice, knowing that no matter what comes your way, that you do have that power to choose what something means and what story you're going to apply and feel through any situation. So you definitely have this empowerment that just gets reinforced over and over again, that you get to choose how you're going to feel through anything and what something's going to matter to you. And you have the King of Pentacles. So you had King and Queen and Emperor. You have the King of Pentacles, which is all about the highest form of abundance and wholeness and completeness coming in here for you. So you definitely are feeling like life is just abundant and overflowing and full. Yeah, and then you have the Ace of Swords. So we talked about, you had the King, you had swords somewhere. Yeah, you had the King of Swords over here who had this Ace of Swords. And here you have the Ace of Swords. So you're still wielding this, connecting you to more and more capital T truths of the heavenly realms, which is allowing you to cut away those thoughts and those beliefs that are no longer serving you. So as you're doing this internal searching, you're doing such an overhaul of your beliefs, of those limiting beliefs and those things you had before. You're just cutting and slicing them away like a crazy person. And you have the Knight of Wands. So here you have taking action on that energy that you've been just building and building up, and you are bringing this new passion, this new awareness of how you're wanting to express that love within you with the world. Major action that you're taking on it here in this 3rd month here. And then you have the queen. So you had a king and a queen, a king and a queen, and a king and a queen. So you definitely have this beautiful balance of masculine and feminine energy, the divine masculine, the divine feminine within you. You're expressing it and taking power over it. This is the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Chalices, which, what a perfect last tarot card to end this piece on, because not only does the Queen of Cups have the water energy of the Queen, but all the queens have water element within them, and all the kings have air element. But this is double water, which is much like the High Priestess that you got over here. So continuing to connect to your intuition, to the higher realm. This is all about 3 months of a spiritual adventure, which admittedly, Cancer signs, you're not upset with that at all. If you're like, oh, if I could have had any gift, it would be a deeper connection to spirit and to my emotions and to expressing that beautiful love energy, the nurturing love energy. You've got 3 months of a beautiful, beautiful gift coming in. We're going to end your reading with starseed cards here, and we're just going to use these. I was going to pull like one for each month, but they had me put it to the side, and just for your overall 3 months, what message does Spirit have for you for your birthday? For your happy, happy birthday. They want that one. What else? And that one, and that one. Anything else? Okay, they do want that one. Any others? Last pass. Okay, and that one there. All right. So your first one is channel. That says you are a channel through which healing energy reaches the world. And I have no doubt of that with everything we've seen here. You have this beautiful energy that's unfolding during this time, allowing you to become a channel of the energy, of the messages, of all that love from above. With all this connection to spirit, you can be a channel in so many ways. I mean, doing these readings is channeling spirit. You can channel actual beings from the other side, those beings of love and light. You can be a messenger of what they're wanting you to communicate to the world. You can be doing healing energy, different types of energy work. You just are this channel to the other realm, and it's going to show itself in so many ways for your life. So whatever's on your heart and how you're wanting to share it with the world, do it. Yep, and here's your truth with all this Ace of Swords and everything. See your light. Know your power. Have the courage to walk your truth. Definitely. You're being nudged to show who you really are to the world. Yes. Transcendence. Transcend your mind's limitations and allow your soul's light to truly shine. Yep, all of these are definitely reaffirming everything we've talked about here. Yeah. No limitations. You are a celestial being with unlimited potential. There is much for you to share. Yes, yes, yes. Hallelujah. And your final one is strength. Beautiful. You are being guided by the cosmos. Stay strong. A positive outcome is assured. Yeah, you're definitely being slightly guided by the universe and all the spirit, isn't it? They are like wanting you to themselves. So as much time as you can spend in meditation, in conversation with the spirit realm, allowing those messages of love, allowing that energy to flow out to the world, you are just going to be heaven on earth. You're just going to be feeling such a strong connection to the spirit world. It is crazy, and I'm so excited. I wish I would be able to hear and keep updated on what you're going through and how you're sharing these things, because it is beautiful, and I'm loving what I'm seeing and feeling for you. What a very, very, very happy birthday you have coming for you. If you are wanting even more messages other than this, please know, in addition to these messages I put out, I do put out weekly energy updates for each zodiac sign, monthly readings for each zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be updated immediately when those become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click the subscribe button, and that gives you access to the notification bell. And that's where when you go in there, you want to select the all option, then you'll be notified of any of the new videos that I put out on the channel. Also, doing any of those things does help spread the love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways, because when you like a video, share a video, comment on a video, and subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy, happy, and excited. It wants to share the videos of this channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of that, of course, I'm very, very grateful for that. Also, these are general readings. If you're wanting even more specific information for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. All right, all you Cancer Sun babies, as you go through this next rotation around the sun, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and of course, I love you too. I wish you more unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter that you can handle over this next year of your life. And have an amazing, amazing birthday. I wish you well. And in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.